Ladies and gentlemen, as always, your host, E.G. Flames, here bringing you, ladies and gentlemen, my predictions for the 2020 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the predictions, I think this Royal Rumble card is decent. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the worst. Honestly, I prefer the match card from last year's Royal Rumble. Maybe the build was a little better, like the Universal title between Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor, or the Raw Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks. And honestly, I kind of wish the SmackDown Tag Team titles were on the line at this pay-per-view with the John Morrison and The Miz challenging the New Day. But it's all good. I think they'll be challenging like an Elimination Chamber or something like that. But ladies and gentlemen, no more wasting time. Let's get into the predictions. With the first match on the card, it is the Celtic Warrior Sheamus going one-on-one with Shorty G, aka Chad Gable. I'm sorry, I can't say that, alright? Now, the build was like one of those big man versus little man builds, which I'm not really a fan of if they do it every single time. Now, Sheamus, I think Sheamus needs to win this match. He's already a legend. He's already back. I think if they make him lose to Shorty G, it's not going to be good for his return, basically. I think Sheamus is going to have a big spot at WrestleMania, and I think he has to start that with beating Shorty G. So my prediction for the first match is Sheamus beating Shorty G. The next match, it is for the WWE United States Championship, as we have Andrade, the champion, defending against Humberto Carrillo. Now, Humberto Carrillo was out with an injury, storyline injury, because of Andrade about a month ago when he did a hammerlock DDT underneath the concrete, the mat, alright? And Andrade just finished a feud with Rey Mysterio, and I hope this, and I think it's going to happen, Andrade retains the title. Now, I think it would be good for Humberto Carrillo to win the title and end this storyline, but I think Andrade should win it because of the title being more prestigious. Maybe we could have a ladder match for the United States Championship at WrestleMania, and I think Andrade should walk into WrestleMania as the champion. So my prediction is Andrade, still United States Champion. The next match is a Falls Count Anywhere match between King Corbin and Roman Reigns. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's just be honest. This storyline is probably the worst storyline on SmackDown right now. But I'm not gonna lie, this stipulation got me intrigued into this match, especially since it's in a baseball stadium. I think it's going to actually be a good match. Now, I hope this rivalry ends here, and I think if it ends here, my prediction is Roman Reigns winning. Now, Roman Reigns winning. Let's be honest, Corbin's not going to beat Reigns. So yeah, let's hope the storyline ends here. So my prediction is Roman Reigns. The next match, it is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Lacey Evans challenging Bayley. Now, it's one of those storylines that I'm not into. And it's not even Lacey Evans' fault. I honestly think it's not even Bayley's fault. It's WWE, but WWE have already ruined Bayley, in my opinion. I feel like she could have been this amazing, dominant heel, but they ruined her after making her tap out to Shayna Baszler at Survivor Series, making her that third wheel that doesn't matter really much, which kind of ruined Bayley's character. Now, do I see Lacey Evans winning the women's title this early in her career, or at this pay-per-view? No. Now, Bayley is most likely going to win this match and go to WrestleMania. Now, it's also the perfect time for Bayley to redeem herself, beating Lacey Evans. Let's hope it's fair and square, because I'm pretty sure Sasha Banks is in the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, my prediction is Bayley retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. The next match, it is for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Honestly, the least important match on the card, Becky Lynch versus Asuka, one half of the women's tag team champions. Now, this storyline could have been way better built. They ruined this storyline, and I honestly don't even think it's because of the storyline itself, because we don't have really women's matches between, like, with Asuka facing someone else, and then Becky Lynch gets involved, something like that. We don't really have women's matches anymore, which is what the problem is with this storyline. Also, Becky Lynch says if she's not going to win, she will not re-sign with the WWE in kayfabe. Now, I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch already re-signed in real life, but let's just be honest, Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania as the women's champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, my prediction is Becky Lynch retaining the Raw Women's title. The next match, it is for the WWE Universal Championship. The Fiend Bray Wyatt defending in a strap match against the Yes Man, Daniel Bryan. Now, this storyline is legit, honestly, the best storyline going on right now on the main roster, I should say. And the reason why is because they built it up for a while now. Think about this, guys. It's been going on since Survivor Series. And Survivor Series was only 2 months ago, and it feels like so much has happened out of those 2 months. So I think WWE did a really good job with this storyline, and I really can't wait for the strap match. Now, a lot of people think it's a really bad idea for the strap match because what's the point? And I'll tell you guys the point. The reason why they're doing this strap match is because Daniel Bryan said it himself. The Fiend or Bray Wyatt runs away. So preventing from the Fiend running away, Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan will be strapped with one wrist and another wrist to prevent any escape. Now, honestly, if I was the booker and it was not the Fiend who was the Universal Champion, I would book Daniel Bryan to win the Universal title, but the Fiend Bray Wyatt, it's such an unstoppable being, and I really hope he keeps that going for a while, and I mean a while, maybe even breaking the record with Brock Lesnar being the Universal Champion. I want Bray Wyatt to go maybe for like 1,000 days. Now, that's not really going to happen. We all know that. But I think it has to continue, as I think the Fiend Bray Wyatt will retain the Universal title against Daniel Bryan. Ladies and gentlemen, the next match, it is the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, not a lot of women were announced for this match, which I don't really understand why. Maybe for a lot of surprises. But I feel like the Women's Royal Rumble is not as important this year for some reason. I feel like they've been focusing on the Men's Royal Rumble match this year, which I'm okay with, sort of. But I really think the reason why they are not focusing on the Women's Royal Rumble match is because they don't have enough women in the division. So don't be surprised if you see at least 10 women from NXT in the Royal Rumble match. Now, in my opinion, there's only 2 possibilities for who could be winning the Royal Rumble match. Now, this is just my opinion. It's either Sasha Banks or Shayna Baszler. We may see a Ronda Rousey return, but I do not see her winning the Royal Rumble match. Shayna Baszler has beef with Becky Lynch from Survivor Series. Sasha Banks could be challenging Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. That would be a great match, by the way. So it all comes down to this. Who is winning the Rumble? And ladies and gentlemen, my prediction to winning the Royal Rumble match, the Women's Royal Rumble match, is none other than Shayna Baszler. And Shayna Baszler will go on to WrestleMania and challenge Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. I would love to see that happen. Honestly, I don't know. Is it just me, or WrestleMania crowds are not as loud or not impactful enough? That's one of the problems with WrestleMania. But beside that, Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, WrestleMania, Raw Women's title, book it. So my prediction is Shayna Baszler winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. And ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the 2020 Royal Rumble pay-per-view is the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have about 26 men already confirmed for the Royal Rumble match. So we may not be seeing as many returns as we wanted to see. We already know the big names. Brock Lesnar, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. We know the new Raw Tag Team Champions, Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins, will be in the match. We know the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, will be in this match. We know that Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, King Corbin, and more will be in this match. Don't forget AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. Now, I do not see Brock Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble match, but I do see this setting up for his match at WrestleMania. Now again, two possibilities who could be going to WrestleMania. Those two possibilities are one superstar from Raw, one superstar from SmackDown. The superstar from SmackDown is Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns wins the Men's Royal Rumble match for the second time in his career, he will be going to challenge The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. But the other superstar who could be winning the Royal Rumble match is the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. And if Drew McIntyre wins, he will challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And honestly, Drew McIntyre is the guy who should beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the WWE World title. Now the question is, who will it be? Who do I think will win the Royal Rumble match, the Men's Royal Rumble match? Will it be Drew McIntyre or will it be Roman Reigns? I've been thinking about this. I really want to get really good predictions for this pay-per-view. I want to try to get 10 out of 10 right, even though there's not 10 matches. I want to get 100% on this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's think about WWE. They've been pushing Drew McIntyre for a while. Who could win the Rumble match? Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction to win the Men's Royal Rumble match will be Roman Reigns. Now, it's not because I really want him to win the match. It's because that's probably what WWE are going to do. It's pretty difficult to think between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, so I really don't know. But I do know that we are going to get a lot of returns, but none of those returns will involve them winning the match. I know Edge will be there. I know that, who else could be there? John Morrison will be there. Technically a return. We'd have Kane in the match. So many returns that could be happening. Maybe only at least 4 people to return. But ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns is my prediction to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. And ladies and gentlemen, that ends my predictions for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Now thinking about it, it's not even a bad pay-per-view. The card's actually not that bad. Now looking at it back, besides the women's matches, ignore that. Except the Royal Rumble, that'll be interesting. But ladies and gentlemen, just letting you know, Worlds Collide is tonight. And I will not I don't have time to make predictions for that. So if you're an NXT fan, I'm sorry about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I am back again with predictions. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been your host EG Flames bringing you Royal Rumble 2020 predictions. And he is out.